The 25-yard line. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
16 yards is the pickup there on a first down for Chicago.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with first downs on each play.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down. So first and goal, and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen, and this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
And that loss of yards there is not just on him. It's on the guys blocking for him. I mean, they're supposed to create some type of space or at least get a stalemate. They end up letting them through, and they ended up tackling him for a loss.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. Check that hook.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up first and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
50. Hey, you block over here. Hey, Charlie. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Easy. 6 guys. Yeah, Liz.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 2nd and 15 now. Rodgers, they'll find Everett there, complete. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think in clement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
He gets this to Davante Adams. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 33.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this 1st drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Now a 1st down carry by Jones. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen. Hey, take 26. Hey, wahoo.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
45 the mic. I got him. 45 the mic. 45 the mic. Hey, Delta. Pin your hands back and go full strength. 45. Screen again.
Now Rodgers.
I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you.
And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the 1st half.
They certainly have, and think back to...
Accelerating, and off he goes. The 20, 10, touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script, I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Preston Smith there on the stop.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Packers' 25-yard line.
Record. Hey, Mike's 50. Target.
Here's a handoff to Cohen running right. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. A run there on 1st down gets 3 up to the 28. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Throwing is Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And it's caught by Parker.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 48. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A give to Cohen. He heads right. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now Taylor on 1st down. And the catch made by Johnson. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good-headed scheme going.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. First down, a run with Cohen. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game as the Bears push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Rodgers. He finds an opening past the 40. And he's all the way up to the 39-yard line that time. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Rodgers again now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Throwing now is Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field. Hey, Orbit. 58's Mike. Hey, pick your game up.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Going for it all. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
We own them. We own them. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Watch the out.
Rodgers now to throw again. He's going to take a shot. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw, it's Rodgers. He's going to look deep down the field, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. you're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bears take over. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their own 44. They run. This is Cohen. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dean Lowry. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this 2nd half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. On play action. Now Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded at the 20. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend. I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving. Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up? You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well. Go to something else. And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Oh, you got deep? Mike's 50, Mike's 50. You're not ready. You're not ready.
Again, it's Cohen. And he'll bring it up here to right. Up first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first down, Cohen. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And an alley to run. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards and a Chicago first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Off the toss, Cohen. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And finally wrestled down at the 11. And he will take this all the way down to the Packers' 11. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Taylor. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Christian Wilkins able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Now Taylor. This is caught. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. From 13 yards out as the Bears push further out in front. Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think... a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. That's caught by Montgomery. fighting his way through contact. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 27 yards there, a first down. They'll run on first down. Jefferson. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. A gain of 3, second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Chase. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Here we go with Williams. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 14 yards in a Chicago first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And they will take a knee here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. On 2nd down now, Jefferson. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Montgomery. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. Oh, that one got away from him. Short distance kick missed. No good. Way wide to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
Hey, defense, let's go.
Rodgers now on first down. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. A gain of 6 there on first. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.